Hello, I'm Davide Morelli, and today I'll present you our work Multimodal Garment Designer, Human-Centric Latent Diffusion for Fashion Image Editing. I want to thank my colleagues Alberto Baldrati, Giuseppe Cartella, Marcella Cornia, Marco Bertini, and Rita Cucchiara for their amazing work. We propose a method to speed up the prototyping phase of fashion garments, starting a new computer vision task called Multimodal Fashion Image Editing. This task extends the existing text fashion image editing by introducing multiple constraints as input. To do so, we extended two known fashion datasets, adding sketches and textual description. The multimodal fashion image editing task consists in guiding the generation of human-centric fashion images with multimodal prompts such as text, human body poses, and garment sketches. In the figure, you can see an example. Each row features a model, each column a text constraint, and each element has a different sketch and pose to guide the generation process. As you can see, our method is able to automatically edit the garment, producing a realistic output. We found that there were no available datasets for this task, so we extended two well-known virtual try-on datasets, Dresscode and Eton HD, adding text and sketches. Since the large amount of data, we annotate this dataset semi-automatically. We first gather textual description from fashion caption dataset. We then extracted noun chunks from them and used clip to tag the dress code and Eton HD images, given the noun chunk. We manually reviewed the dress code test set and portion of the training set, selecting the three most fitting noun chunk for each sample. We then used an already annotated samples to fine-tune a clip model and annotate the rest of the dataset. The multimodal garment designer model relies on the stable diffusion architecture. In this picture, we represented the noising network. We extended the kernel of the first convolutional layer to allow the network to accept a concatenation of multiple inputs. As you can see, the output can be conditioned on each modality independently, and to do so, we employed a training method to allow input condition to be used disjointly during the inference phase. So we can condition, for example, using only the pose map and the sketch, or we can condition the generation only on text, but we can also condition the generation on all the inputs jointly. And this is something that differs our method from the ControlNet method, for example. The quantitative analysis showed that our model outperformed the baseline in all the metrics. We employed two kinds of metrics to measure the goodness of our approach. For the generation realism, we used the well-known FID and KID, while for measuring the coherence of the output with respect to the input, we introduced in this task the clip score, pose distance, and sketch distance. This metric respectively measure the coherence of the generated image with the input text, pose map, and sketch. For the qualitative point of view, we can see our model outperforms the baseline by better following the sketches, the texture, and the color of the generated image. The failure cases depends on two main factors: the absence of a description of the human body in the input and the inability of stable diffusion to always render realistic text. As you can see in the middle image, the generation image lose the body information of the original one. This depends on the fact that we mask the input image region we want to edit and pass as all information to the diffusion process, the pose map, hence losing a part of the body information itself. This problem can be solved, for example, using a dense pose representation of the input. So, summing up, we propose multimodal garment designer, the first latent diffusion model for human-centric fashion image editing conditioned multimodal input. We extended two well-known datasets in the fashion domain, Dresscode and Eton HD, that now are annotation are publicly available, and quantitative and qualitative results show the goodness of our approach. Thank you. And here are some QR code for the archive paper, the research GitHub page, and if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, feel free to do so. Ciao.